Now, let's take a look at how this individual is not only paying off their house in 8 years, not only already putting money towards their retirement program, but also building their own bank at the same time, using what's called an IUL, Index Universal Life. As you can see here, this is called an illustration. And with an illustration, it means this. This is just a projection. Okay. These numbers aren't guaranteed, but we're looking at a historical view of how the insurance money grows for you over the last 20 years or so. Okay. And so with that historical view, then we can do some projections. All right. And it's at the low end. Okay. So the averages, we're saying it's going to be about 6%. Our clients last year made somewhere between 14 and 18% on their money. But we're just doing this projection at 6%. I need you to follow along with me. So the premium here is $500 a month. Some of that money goes to pay for his insurance. Some of that money is put away for cash value, to build cash value. $500 a month, folks. Okay, that is going to be $6,000 a year. All right. And so when they're putting away that $6,000 a year, I need you to go ahead, take a look at the first year here. He's starting out with a death benefit. This particular person is starting out with a death benefit of $347,000. Age 26, starting out with a death benefit of $347,000. And the way that this policy is constructed, that death benefit is going to continue to grow and grow and grow. So the next year, putting in another $500 a month, another $6,000 a year, I need you to see now the death benefit after year 2 is $352,000. Let's take a look at year 10. I need you to take a look at year 10 after $60,000 of his money is invested into this IUL, okay, to buy insurance and to build cash value. All right. So now the cash value on this after 10 years is $60,827. So he has $60,000 cash value in this policy already. What's great about having this money is cash value is that you can actually borrow against it. You become your own bank. All right. Let's just say they want to take out $40,000 to buy a car. By taking $40,000 out, they're not taking $40,000 out of their $60,000. They're borrowing that money from the company. Their money continues to work and grow interest and dividends. They're borrowing the company's money, and they have to give it to you whether you're working or not, because that's the way it's set up. Do you know this is a little known trick of the rich to use permanent life insurance to help to leverage that and to build their businesses? Oh my goodness. So he's borrowing the money. And guess what? If he got that money from his bank or credit union to buy the car, he would set up a payment program, wouldn't he? And then by setting up a payment program, then he's got to pay interest to another banking institution. Do you know he can set up the same program for himself and pay himself that interest? And guess what? When the loan is paid off, the insurance company has to pay him interest on that interest. So he's now building up his bank even larger. All right. I want you to show you something after 20 years in this thing. All right. He's paid in $120,000 after 20 years. I need you to see this. After 20 years, paid in $120,000, but his cash value is up to $197,000 already. And his death benefit on the life insurance has grown to over $500,000, paying the same $500 a month for 20 years. Oh. After 30 years, he's got $180,000 in. How much is the cash value? $468,000. How much is the life insurance part? Oh, his death benefit is now $800,000. But see, Don, you're saying, you mean he has to die to realize that $800,000? No. You see, with these kinds of policies, they have what's called living benefits. Living benefits. Let's just say they needed that money for a covered surgery. there's a certain amount of that money you can access. What if you get what's called a chronic diagnosis, something that is going to be with you for the rest of your life? Do you know there's a certain amount of this money you can access early while you're living? And God forbid you receive a diagnosis that's terminal. You can receive an even bigger amount of that money. You don't have to die to use it. They're called living benefits. So you got living benefits. You got the ability to borrow money against it. Oh, and this is after 30 years. Let me show you what we're going to do when he reaches retirement. He's still going to be able to access his regular retirement amount, okay, while he's building his own bank. All right. Now, here's the other thing. When he reaches the age 65, he'll have, after putting in $6,000 a year for those many years, he's going to have $240,000 put in. But guess what? Cash value, $1 million. Payout, death benefit, $1,343,000. Putting the same $500 a month in and doing everything else. Oh, but remember, at age 65, he's not going to pay another dime into this thing. He stops, and set it up so he can take out of that money $84,000 a year out of this policy that he can spend any way he wants, tax free. Oh my goodness. Now, here's what's great. At age 65, he'll be able to take out $84,000 a year out of this policy. And in 10 years, $84,000 a year for 10 years, that's $840,000 taken out of the policy that he can spend any way he chooses, tax-free, but he only put in $240,000 into his bank. $240,000, and in 10 years he can take out $840,000. And remember, his cash value when he started into his retirement was $1,525,000. $1,525,000. So $1 million cash value, and he's taken out over the next 10 years. He's taken out $840,000. That's at $84,000 a year. And what? The value of the account? Oh my goodness. $1,948,000. Oh my goodness. I wish there had an insurance agent come up here and to validate all of this, because see, I'm not a licensed insurance agent. I hire insurance agents. And this is something that we did for one of our clients who's not only paying off his debt in record time and saving interest, but taking that money and investing in their own bank. So these are the things that we're talking about, folks. You can use permanent life insurance to build your own bank. Listen, we set all of this up just to show here is one way that the super rich are using this way of doing things. Here's another thing, folks. Do you know that other policy that he has? That other money that he's growing, the other investments, do you know when he dies, it is heavily taxed? It's heavily taxed when that person dies to pass that money on. Do you know how much tax he's going to get hit with to pass this money on from his IUL over to $0? $0. $0. Insurance money passes on to your descendants. It's not taxed at all. So listen, folks, this is going to be some great stuff. Over $1 million gets to pass on while he's living well. And oh my gosh, tax free. Listen, folks, you're earning this money tax free in this. This is the way insurance policies are set up. Everything else gets taxed. It's either pre-tax or post-tax. Either way, it's taxed. This money, it grows tax free. You can become your own bank, your own family bank to pass this on. And then, do you know what? When he has children, he can set the same thing up for his children. And all of these monies can be put into a trust. It is a fantastic thing, and it can benefit generations using an insurance product that very few people know how to use correctly. If you want to know more about this, folks, hit me up on the back channel and says, I want to know more about that. If you want to have a savings and earnings report so that you can know how you can save money on all of your debt, pay off all of your debt in an average of 7 to 9 years, get a savings and earnings report, learn the month, day, and year you can be debt free.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.